Cyberpunk 2077 is going woke, and I no longer like them. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, bringing you the obvious. And today, on Newsweek.com, gaming. Cyberpunk 2077 will have gender-fluid character creator, says studio co-founder. Now there's a lot of hype for this game. A large part of that's because Keanu Reeves is also in the game. And I'm interested in the game for that fact alone. I don't know much about the game, and I honestly don't expect much from the game. But if they're going to be woke, if they're going to virtue signal, then Cyberpunk 2077 is going to suck. Most likely. Maybe not in a gameplay sort of way, but it's always the story that suffers. Whenever SJWs get involved in video games, the story suffers immensely. And here it says, but critics say the studio hasn't done enough to address other trans issues. You see, folks, the left is never satisfied. They're regressive. They won't stop. Justice warriors won't stop at anything. Not until everything is ruined and everything you love dies. Cyberpunk 2077, the next RPG from The Witcher 3 creator CD Projekt Red. Now, I know a lot of people like The Witcher, but I honestly just found it really, really boring. I can't get past, the beginning. Is among the most highly anticipated game at E3 2019. It's also proving to be one of the most controversial. A recent conversation online spurred by a heavily sexualized transgender model on an in-game poster questioned CDPR sensitivity in dealing with trans issues. What's the problem? They put a hot trans person in the game. What's wrong with that exactly? The dick just makes it better. It's not a new conversation, or one that CDPR should probably wants to be having. Between the poster, a series of tweets that poked fun at trans rights issues, and a conversation last year about gender fluidity in the game. Okay, first of all, there's no such thing as being gender fluid. Oh, today I feel masculine. Oh, today I feel feminine. It's called a personality. It's not one that is likely to go away. But Marcin Iwinski, the co-founder of CDPR, told Newsweek that they have heard the criticisms and that gender fluidity will be part of the Cyberpunk 2077 character creator. So cancer from the start. I was already annoyed that there's a few things that really just, they make me cringe in RPGs and games, games in general. One, where there's no character creation. Two, when there is character creation, but you just get a few presets, can't actually change much. Three, when the little description says, men and women in this society are not seen as different, and they can both do the same things. Blah, blah, blah. Four, when there's no stat differences between male and female, there should be. And five, when they think it's so progressive and so amazing to make the female the default choice. So brave. Oh, you're so brave. You've done so much for the movement. He explained the binary male/female choice on display at E3 2019, like many other aspects of the demo, is not representative of the final product. Ugh. Gender binary. There's only two genders. Male, female, or else you're a mutant and you were born with a birth defect or with the wrong chromosomes or whatever. Things get mixed up. Yeah, that's a real thing. But they're the only ones who can claim, whoa, I don't know what I am. I feel like this and this. I got parts of both. They're the only ones that have a right to talk about, gender confusion. Everyone else is just confused, and they confuse their personality with having a gender. This is not final and actually will enable that. He said when asked if there would be gender fluidity in the game. There will be full fluidity, and on top of that, you'll be able to choose the male or female voice, whatever you please. Okay, so this is Cultural Marxism 101, and this is why I do not like this studio, and probably why I didn't like The Witcher. Eroding meaning, redefining what the truth is. Basically lying. That's what it is, okay? You're male or female, that's how it is. That's science. What do you want me to do? Change the laws of physics? I would if I could, trust me. And boy, would I have more work to do. Unfortunately, one person's pleasure is another person's politics. No. It's political from the start. There's been disagreement among Cyberpunk 2077 fans online whether CDPR even needs to address these issues. They don't. However, transhumanism is a major theme within the cyberpunk genre. Yeah. I'm all down for it. You can put in freaking androids. You can put in hermaphrodites. I don't care. I actually like having more options. What I have a problem with is you're obviously virtue signaling. To admit it from a game called Cyberpunk would do a disservice to the creators who have contributed to the space. Oh, shove off. You're being political. This isn't about being like a futanari. This is about virtue signaling to the far left. It's SJW nonsense. Throughout the history of cyberpunk, there's been stories told where it's just blended into the fabric, that you can change your body. Danny Law, a Hugo-nominated science fiction editor and creator of the Vault comic series Queen of Bad Dreams, told Newsweek how the world treats that transformation affects trans people, whether or not they want to transition on a deep level. No, it doesn't. I'm pro-transhumanism. We have to. The global IQ is dropping as the population increases, and no, it's not just because of overpopulation in certain areas. It's literally because the human brain is shrinking. Oh, but here's what most scientists say. No, we're not getting dumber. That's just our brains becoming more efficient. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Our brains are shrinking faster than relative to body size. That means that our brains are in fact shrinking. With these two facts in mind, I highly believe that human IQ is declining. Probably because we've lost natural selection. The weak thrive, survive, and breed like crazy. So humanity's getting sicker, slower, weaker, dumber. I mean, just look at the world around you. We have to take human evolution into our own hands. With the power of transhumanism, we can cure disease, make everyone gifted, everyone smart, everyone strong, everyone equal. But Mr. Obvious, what about Harrison Bergerson? I'll tell you exactly why it's not like, that story, and then they were finally equal. Because it's literally the opposite and exactly what we need to do. In the story of Harrison Bergerson, what they did to make everyone equal was cripple anyone who's special. So if you were smart, they attached a device to your brain that zapped you if you thought too much. If you were strong, they put on weights so that you could perform physically at a lower level. This is the exact opposite. If everyone is smart, and everyone is strong, and everyone is gifted, everyone is finally equal, well, to begin with, they won't truly be equal because you're always going to have different genes. You're always going to be slightly better. You're always going to be, have a personality. But if everyone has similar levels of strength, then the only thing that matters in life is effort. It no longer has to do with these random, unfair balances. Effort becomes everything. It would truly be a society of meritocracy. I'm pro-transhumanism all the way. We have to take evolution back into our control, into the palm of our hand, so that we can finally tap the deep well of human potential. Lore, who identifies as non-binary, mentally challenged, explained this is part of the reason why the trans community has a special affinity for the cyberpunk genre. How explicitly it deals with transhumanism speaks something that is often missing in the real world. Well, the current trans community is not transhumanism, so I don't get the parallel there. It's what they want. Sure, transhumanism is important to a lot of trans people because so much of it is about body politics and having control over your body representation, they said. That you're not hated for doing, that you're not hated for being. Look, you can't change everybody's minds. You can't change how people feel. That's something you gotta live with. You think I complain? You think I whine because I'm not 7 feet tall? Sure, I would love to be as big as the mountain. And not everyone is going to like me because of that. Some people want a 8-foot-tall BF. That's life. Inzwiki said CDR will explore that in Cyberpunk 2077. How we depict the world, at least for me, has a feeling it's touching on contemporary society's problems, human problems, like the role of machines in transhumanism, he said. CDPR's critics, Lore included, say the company is not touching on any of those issues with the sensitivity or nuance required. Oh, okay. So these people believe that you're too weak, you're too sensitive, the snowflakes might be offended, so we need to be careful. And a character creator that includes gender fluidity needs to be more than just skin deep. See, this is them calling for more, pushing and pushing. Cultural Marxists don't stop. This is their mission. This is the mission of the regressive left. They want to force it and make it super woke and super terrible. Dealing with it via character creator is messy if that's the main conceit, Lore said. A world with true gender fluidity is more than just what a character looks like. Are you There's no such thing, first of all, you absolute brainlets. They explained that an ideal character creator would include gendered templates for characters and would allow players to sculpt the body however they want. Beyond that, it should allow players to choose their preferred pronouns and place them in a world that reacts to their choice. He's him, there. Are you stupid? Are you disingenuous? Are you lying? Are you aware of your propaganda? I'm liking this. Oh boy. Is there a judgment in the game for looking one way or another, and why? Does the game have true fluidity? Are trans men invisible? Are trans women over-sexualized? Are you forced as a character to participate in the fetishization of this choice? Dude! Trans is a fetish. They fetishize the female form so much that they want to become one. How does no one realize this? Iwinski said CDPR is not afraid of criticism like this and values the feedback from fans. Yeah, quote-unquote fans. I'm sorry, dude. Woke people don't play video games. It's too red-pilled, whether it's possible or negative, but he hopes players are willing to experience the story for themselves before dismissing the game or putting labels on it and its creators. People draw conclusions after one tweet, one article, anything out there, he said. For games, experience them. No! No. I'm not going to buy your game and then it turns out to be woke garbage. Give them a go. Then you can express your opinion, not base your opinion on a few tiny little details. Well, a few words says a whole lot, buddy. It is a huge living, breathing world, and there's lots of reasons for things that are in there and things that are not in there. Look, I love having more choices. I love the idea of taking transhumanism seriously. Oh, you can be a cyborg, and if you can pick what robot parts you want in Character Creator, and it affects your stats. It affects your abilities. If you're an android, there's certain people who don't like you because you're an android. There's so much they could do. And all of these gaming studios, they just have no vision. They could make games so cool with just such simple changes, but they never do it. And that's why I'm so disappointed in a majority of gaming these days. Not to mention, gamers are so darn oppressed. Lore said they are open to playing the game, but probably not at launch. They think the company still isn't listening to its trans fans. Who cares? Who raised concerns over the social media gaffes or the fetishized model they saw in the game. Oh, get off it. Get off your horse. These incidents felt like active disrespect, Lore said, and went beyond a company overlooking the trans community. Not asking for a big-budget game like that to even be about me and my community. I just want to stop seeing a warped, hurtful version of us. An attractive trans person in the game is hurtful. You really have brain problems. Iwinski is confident that CDPR will find an audience by staying true to its story, but he's aware it might find a divided one. We will be very honest, and I think in telling the story the way we want to tell it, gamers will judge if they like it or not, he said. Ethical perspective or gameplay perspective, I think there will be a lot of opinions for sure. Wow, what a total non-answer. I mean, it's completely true, but I don't know, man. I really don't know about this. With this gender fluidity garbage and Cyberpunk basically going woke, I really have serious doubts about the game. But this is what they do. They infect everything you love. The justice warriors of a social variety will come for. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about Cyberpunk 2077 putting gender fluidity in their character creator? Do you think this game is going woke? Will they dare ruin Keanu Reeves? Be sure to let me know. Now, if you want to support the work I do, you can join me on Patreon or Subscribestar for as low as $1. But no matter how much you give, you'll get access to Fight Club. Just hook up your Discord, or you can share the video. Sharing videos helps a lot. Anyways, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.